All right, fellas, here we go. So, like I said yesterday, we begin with the end in mind at Murphy Baseball Performance. So this is the second the ball leaves your hand, we're in deceleration mode. So your first frame of decel, you've got a little bit of a pronation bump in your elbow, which I like to see. Okay, thumb is turned down. Go look at any overhead thrower, including a quarterback. You can watch somebody serve a tennis racket. Same movement here. That's your body's protective mechanism. Now, your challenge becomes next frame, look at you, you're already straightened out. All right, so this means to me that if you think about the way that we are going to create velocity, it's going to be power production and then force acceptance. So we got to be able to produce the power, and then our body's got to be able to have the capacity to slow that power down and decelerate it. Right now you're struggling with just weakness in the lat and the posterior shoulder. So we will use wrist weights, overloaded implements to help train and build a better deceleration engine. Think about a Ferrari. Right now, if you want to think of your arm as a Ferrari arm, you've got minivan brakes. We got to get you Ferrari brakes, baby, and make you more efficient. It'll help you continue to throw with more velocity as time comes. Okay, so now we're going to move into stride foot contact. This is where you start to bear weight on this front leg. Okay, you can see here that one of your challenges is you're very ball of the foot dominant. I like the ball of the foot being engaged for sure. We need to stay inside and on the medial quad, medial part of the foot, ball of the foot, but we want to be heel all the way into toe. Think about the way that you squat when you're in the weight room. You're driving the heel into the ground all the way through the midfoot, ball of the foot, and it's almost like if you think about pushing an upside down pyramid into the ground, that's what the action would be. We want co-contraction, and we want a lot of firing happening up here in the hip and in the glutes and in the hamstring. That'll help you with slowing yourself down, and it'll also help you with launching and vaulting that shoulder, that throwing shoulder through the target. And right now, it's just a little bit mushy. You can see right there, your knee, as you head into rotation, your knee is still moving forward. We'd rather have that be stopped. Okay, now that it does stop, you've got fantastic external rotation right here. I got to really give you a lot of kudos here. This is something that you've obviously worked for in terms of just you've thrown and you've worked at throwing and getting better. And if we go ahead and drop this angle right here, that's not accurate. It's probably about 85, somewhere in there, and that's not going to be perfect, but definitely enough external rotation to be a 90 something mile an hour guy. Everybody can get to 90 because I had a stiff ass arm and I was throwing 76 and I got to 90, so anybody can. That's great. We won't work a whole lot on that. One of the things we will work on is as we back out of this frame and we head into out of stride foot contact, you can see that you've got a little bit of scapular abduction, so elbow flying above shoulder. Okay, and this is just your body's way of trying to find some way to create power. This is going to be something that rears its head a little earlier on in the delivery, but what it creates is more stress on the medial forearm, that UCL ligament, because the elbow is starting to climb, and now instead of being able to turn over from a locked high cocked position with a vertical forearm, you're having to create a little bit more space to rotate, and it's just going to be more stressful on your medial elbow, that right here, this spot on the inside of the elbow, right where that Tommy John ligament is. Okay, now backing out of it, let's go to your glove, your handbrake. So hands brake. You're not moving, dude. You got to get moving. Your pelvis, the most powerful part of your body, is just static, 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 static. Why do you even lift your leg, man? There's no reason to lift your leg if you're not going to get some linear push towards the plate. So we'll work on that. So since you've got no energy coming from the ground up on the back leg, and your pelvis is just kind of sedentary, just sitting, chilling, relaxing, your arm's like, oh, okay, I guess I got to do all the work here. All right, and guess what? Your arm's not going to be able to do a whole lot of work. So literally your lower half is doing nothing for you. I want to see something closer to lifting while loading. As we're lifting, we're gaining ground in a positive direction this way towards the plate. All right, it's going to be partly just getting stronger, and then we'll work a lot with medicine balls to teach you how to load up the back hip through the ground and drive energy up into that system. All right, and then when you hand brake, this is just a reflection of, again, you're just not moving, man. So we'll check out for the backside, but it looks like it could be a little bit across the acromial line, which is another injury risk. But at the end of the day, biggest focal points are going to be the drive line phase, so teaching you how to accelerate and decelerate more efficiently with overloaded implements, and then teaching you how to block with your front leg.